He's a nice guy, real nice, good daddy, talented musician, and he wrote a pretty great book. You know, the Divine Principle is a pretty awesome read. You know.
Human. Keith truly embodies humanity.
Describe Keith would be genuine. There's just a raw nature about him.
One word for Keith definitely would be a savior in my life right now.
Couldn't do it in one word. A nut. Always been a great friend, you know. Just a joy, you know, to be around, you know, for me.
Outrageous. Yeah. He's got a
enigma.
Yeah.
Keith is a positive person. He's the kind of guy who you come to him with a problem, and rather than just give you a flat-out solution in a general guy type of way, he figures out a way for you to redirect your energies to come to the conclusion on your own.
Unique. Why? Because he's different than a lot of people in a lot of ways.
Spiritual. I mean, that's how I've always described him to people.
Spiritual, because his music, his attitude, everything is God working through him and through us back at him.
Napoleon. Keith is sort of a spiritual Napoleon, a little guy that's ready to conquer and has the passion and drive that sometimes exhausts the rest of us. But he is driven, he is curious, he is passionate, embodies a great deal of energy.
I would say energy. Energy. Why? Because he radiates energy.
He's a great musician. Energy. That's you've seen it. Energy.
The one word that just came through me is adorable. And I adore him. Doesn't necessarily mean he's the cutest person, but he is easy to adore.
There's a lot to say about Keith's book. I love his book. It was the gateway that changed the way I think of creation and God. That's what his book's done for me.
To come out with a book saying God is talking to him, I see how it could take. You have to be brave, because some people are going to attack him for this. That God only spoke one time 2,000 years ago to a few people and hasn't spoke since. So I just love his openness. It taught him a lot of lessons to write that book. It taught me lessons when I read it.
So we all have an inner voice that we listen to. Keith had the wonderful opportunity to be able to document it as he heard it and as it goes along.
Keith's book is very inspiring to me because he is encouraging us to go beyond conventional, traditional spirituality and explore more. And he's empowering people to listen, to learn, to get answers to changes that are coming and preparing for a huge shift in the consciousness of humanity.
Well, I think Keith's book is just an awesome book because it can appeal to people from all levels, from people that are just beginning their spiritual path and people that have been at it, have been studying and had all kinds of experiences. I think they'll get something out of it. And when I read the book, it's like I'm reading it all for the first time. If I read it another time, I get something out of it every time I read it. And it's just, it's written very simply, but also the wisdom that comes out of it is very deep, and I think it will is very timely. If you read it 3 years ago, or if you read it 7 years from now, I think it's all timely information.
Yeah, I've enjoyed reading the book a couple of times, and I always find something new in it. It's very touching, but I felt a real true intimacy with him as he was telling the stories, and I was hearing the stories through the page, and it's a strong read for anybody.
And I love it. I think it's powerful. That's what I think of that book.
Or at least what I got out of it mostly was the connectedness of how elements in our experience vibrate and affect what we do, the choices that we make. Matter of fact, it's our choices that cause the vibrations to go out, and the message in there that we are so truly connected and cause the vibrations that come back to us in our experience. Is what I really take out of it mostly.
There is so much more out there than what we think there is. Drop the definitions, open your mind when you read the book, and search for real truth and real meaning. In that truth and meaning, you find happiness. So the message in the book is, this is my journey, and this is what changed me. Read it and follow behind me. Walk behind me, take my journey, and change yourself. Learn something.
The main message would be to be one with God and to live your passion, because by doing so, just as I said, doors just open up for you, and really getting closer to a deeper source, which is love rather than fear.
I think Keith wants us to look and see, to explore. I'm not sure Keith is wanting us just to receive him as some sort of guru or even elite spiritual teacher, although he is part of that. But I think he wants to empower individuals to explore their own spirituality, to be connected with the source of truth that enlightens everyone.
I feel that Keith's message, the first thing that came to my mind was hope, and that just sounds corny, but I mean, he gives me hope.
He's not really the type that I thought would write such a great book, and he wrote a phenomenal book, and I can see him in his dialogue when he is speaking to the divine, and just, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, it's, for a matter of fact, before finishing it, I even started applying some of the stuff, like in the clarity chapter or so, and it started changing things in my life. Didn't realize I was putting such a good positive karma out there, but so much positiveness was coming back to me. Offers were coming to me, extra jobs were coming to me. It was just, as I had told Keith before, I was like, I'm not even through your book, and already great love is coming back to me. It was absolutely amazing.
I think it'll be a great gift to so many people, and it's very timely. Especially right now with everything going on, people they're so fearful, and they're looking for answers, and they really can't get the answers they need in most of the churches. And so I think it'll help them find the answers within themselves and give them a lot of peace and comfort.
And the fact that Keith is a regular guy, he's a regular guy, and can relate easily to anyone, as he's taken his message out, I think is very significant as well, because more of the time of the times of which we're living more than anything else. The economic meltdown of the country continues, and people are afraid, but his message is to look within, don't look without. Your support's there, always has been. We just, forget to look, forget to ask.